Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It is Sunday night. We're just going to get live on TikTok as well. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, as always, to the channel. We appreciate you. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready for the challenges that are this week ahead. Or, as it's probably more going to play out, no challenges at all, and it's going to be a pretty boring week, all right? But anyway, we'll break down exactly what is going on. But tonight's a slightly different live stream. I thought rather than just sit here and talk about the doom loop that's going on, and by the way, Bitcoin's back below 59,500, I thought we'd just kind of talk about the prep, all right? Because, again, my stance here is that the bottom of the market isn't actually that far away. And I'm going to show you something on the charts that should just give you some confidence that you are in the right place, you're doing the right thing, and ultimately we are absolutely on the right path. However, we need to now start thinking about what this looks like as we start to potentially think about the reversal that's coming in the market. Bear in mind, we've been bearish now since pretty much October of last year when the market cycle top came in, albeit a couple of weeks later. We've been selling, or certainly we've been moving into stable coins as of 2 weeks after the market cycle top, and then we were in stable coins all the way in, and so far, barring a small amount of purchasing, we're pretty much still solidly well into stable coins. But if we assume that we now move into the 1st of July, that gives us basically July, August. My view has always been that I want to be in the market by September, mid of, and then October is kind of where we expect probably one last move down and then hit the low, maybe, take out the June low and then we kind of move back up. So it is worthwhile on these particular days and events where not really a lot's happening, Trump's bombing Iran and all that stuff, where we need to start to think about what are we going to do? What's the strategy? And more importantly, which coins are going to help us out? So tonight's live stream is all about that. Let's talk about some strategies. Let's talk about some coins. Let's get them onto a watch list so that we're absolutely crystal clear on which coins we think are going to be the best movers and groovers for this particular upcoming bull run. Because look, before you know it, it'll be here and people are going to be pissed that they didn't buy in. So I thought tonight we can do that. We'll pin it onto the channel so that anyone getting into the market, anyone looking at the channel, anyone deciding what the hell to do next, hopefully we've got something for them. I think that's going to be worthwhile. So we'll take a look at the price of Bitcoin. I just want to walk through a couple of little things with you guys first, and then we're going to dive into some of the coins I think are going to be worthwhile looking at, some of the big narratives that I think could be driving this market that I definitely think are worth looking at, and then more importantly, which coins specifically are we going to be holding in our portfolio. So shout out to Casey coming in live on TikTok. Welcome in, as with anyone here as well, with Tim, Paul in the building, buying Jasmine till we can't buy anymore. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in to Marpy. Selmo, my man. Behave, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in, says Peace Deal, an all-time high coming in 2 hours as market opens, tackle closes short. Do you reckon? Mine Hines in the building, Husky Tom, what's going on? RPM in the building says SHX as an advert. As soon as you open uphold, it should pump. Nice. And Kevin is in the house as well. So shout out to everybody. Do share the live stream out. Do let people know we are here. Obviously, TikTok, YouTube is all being dead weird at the minute. They just basically don't want anyone to watch my content, which is fine. I'm not going to lose much sleep over it. I'm going to lose a little bit of sleep over it. So again, if you could do your little bit, that would be great. And it would certainly support and help out the channel as well. So good. Okay. Let us dive in a little bit here to the price of Bitcoin. Now, we're not normally on this particular chart, but I thought it was worthwhile just kind of analyzing something that I want you guys to be aware of, something that I think you should have on your radars, or if you haven't already got it on your charts, you should definitely have it on your charts as well. And again, these moments right now, and I guess this kind of journey that we're going in is going to test a lot of people. People are either going to just sell, get out, buy at the wrong moment, however you want to look at it, right? But this is like the moment where you really don't want to get it wrong, because if you get it wrong, you essentially completely screw your next bull run up. Now, you might say, well, it depends how badly you do it, but, people that are aping into coins right now, Conclavio says soon 62K, but yeah, everyone's been telling me that it's going back to 62, 65, and so far, every single one of them has been wrong. So again, do I think we can get a wick up? Maybe, but let's talk about why I think we're probably going to go lower and the conviction that I have. Again, that doesn't mean we can't get a relief rally to the upside, but let's take a look at this, the weekly candles. Now, we spoke a number of times about the weekly candles. We've spoke about how this sits. And more importantly, we spoke about what this looks like. Now, if you remember from previous live streams, i.e. maybe last week, we talked about these two lines I have here on my weekly chart. The big yellow line is the 200-week moving average, and then the blue line, is what they call the 200 RWH, is the real-time moving average as well, which essentially kind of tells you what you take out all the volatility and give you kind of just a realistic price volume that is sort of the low end of the scale. So realistically, when we look at this blue line, though, and this is kind of where this blue line gets pretty interesting, because the blue line generally has marked the bottom of pretty much every single bear market cycle, okay? Don't believe me? Then we can take a look at it. Now, the only one where it doesn't play true is back in 2022, which obviously was the FTX collapse. Now, you could argue and say, well, why wouldn't it pick that up? But the fact of the matter is, FTX was such an anomaly. It would be like if Trump decides to go into Cuba, for example. Like, it's such a bizarre, random scenario that it would just crash the markets, because everyone would be like, oh my God, like, what the hell is Trump doing? Like, he's just an absolute warmonger. But if we look back at kind of some of the previous bear markets and some of the previous moves, though, so you can see here all the way back in 2013, the 2013 bull run here, dropping in at 1,256 for Bitcoin. Don't make yourself feel bad, because that's just life. But look at this. If we see where this moves, we can see that the blue line pretty much marked the exact bottom here of the crypto bear market. So there's the bull market top, cycle top. We capitulated all the way down to the bottom. This was a low point of what we got. So we capitulated on the top here of 2013 in November. We bottomed here in November in 2015, and this marked the exact bottom before Bitcoin then rallied all the way up into the 2017 bull market cycle top. All right, like cool, okay, beautiful. Now you might say, well, Turbit, I've looked at 2017, it's not right. Yeah, but look at this. This was the actual real market cycle bottom. Yeah, this is what we hit here, but look at this. Market cycle top comes in. So we didn't actually break through here, but what we did get is a double retest to the bottom here as well. So we came back down from 19,000 here to retest the lows at 3,000. Again, absolutely perfectly hitting this blue line as we walk through. Fast forward, 2021. Here's a 2021 bull market cycle top to the bottom, and again you can see here that we broke below the blue line, which isn't really normal, but it did mark the absolute bottom here of the cryptocurrency bear market before that, when we then sort of continue to the upside. Now, if we then fast forward to where we are right now, what do we get? Well, actually, we're nowhere near it. And this is kind of exactly my point here, that we still probably have a potential capitulations down to $50,000. Now, again, while price maintains this kind of slightly upper trend here, we will naturally get this move up. So if you say, well, the bottom of the bear market is still October, you can see these two green lines, we have this marked here. This may wick up, which probably aligns to kind of $52,000, $53,000, $54,000, which is where we've got. If you assume here in the 26th of January at 48 to where we are now, we've seen about 4% move over the course of six months. So you could argue we're probably going to be, 52%, 52,000, maybe by the time we get into here. So these kind of two narratives here are looking very, very interesting. So the RMA that's on its way up, we also have the 21-day moving average coming down, and the 200-week moving average, which generally is an important point, all kind of just chilling in the middle. Now, that is not all to understand here, because there is actually a little bit more that does get us to this point. Now, the 200-week moving average has always been a very good indicator as to where we believe the bottom is or the top is, all right? It's done as an absolute justice over the course of a number of different years. But what is worth noting here, and it's specific to some numbers, again, you have to take this with a pinch of salt. I am not giving you a crystal ball, and I certainly don't have one that I rub every night to then find out what's going on. You just have to take in as much data as possible, make the best scenario that you can make, and stand by your conviction. I've been convicted that this is going lower since literally, November last year, and even though people, when it rallied to 80,000, said I was wrong, said we were going, the bull market was back on and the bear market was over, I've stayed really resolute in the fact that I think the bear market's here, that I think a $55,000 low, and I've absolutely stayed positioned exactly to deliver that point. And I ain't changing my move. No, it's not. It's the 200 RMA. This blue line. So I'm on the weekly candles, hence why it can't be the 50 EMA. But this is the 200 RMA, if you're interested. It's not really a lot. It's not really kind of a. It's not really something that people use a lot. But yeah, it's the RMA, which is kind of interesting. It's like the real, the rolling relative moving average or something like that. It's kind of called. So yeah, so pretty interesting. But what can we see here? Well, look. The 200-week moving average, which is the yellow line, we normally generally see this kind of capitulate beneath the 200-week moving average by a significant number. So if we take the 2013 bull market cycle top and we take the bottom here, what we can normally see is the bottom wick from the 200-week moving average is about 30 to 31%, all right? That's generally the move below. So we break beneath the 200-week moving average, we then capitulate for about 30%, and then we call the bottom. That's generally the bottom, okay? Has done here in 2013. Now, obviously, for something to stack up, it has to repeat itself and be tangible. So if we then take here, and we say, well, okay, this was kind of the bottom, but not really the bottom. again, this is probably the bigger move. We got to 30%, breaking beneath the 50-week, the 200-week moving average. So once we break the 200-week moving average, we generally see a 30% correction down to the bottom of this wick. Okay, so that was 2017. Look at 2021. Again, we mark the bottom here, so we take the top there. We get to 33%. So if you look at 2013, you look at 2017, and you look at 2022, we did 30%, 29.33, and 33.7. So over 3 consecutive bear market cycles that are midterm election years, you could argue and say Bitcoin has always gone between 30 and 33% below the 200-week moving average. Now, obviously, lots of people still want to call the bear markets over and still want to be like, hey, yeah, but we're beneath it. But look at this. If we said, well, okay, we are currently 4.79% underneath the 200-week moving average. So if you assume that the same scenario is generally going to play out, which if you remember, as much as some people want you to believe that charts are some mysterious thing that only the select few can understand, and that actually this is all some sort of magic that you have to sign up to some crazy trading course and that you have to go and, spend $100 a month for like some random person to tell you what it is, then you're absolutely off your head, right? And the fact of the matter is that this is just trader emotion. So the more people that talk about the kind of failing below the 200-week moving average, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It generally will happen. Manifest it and it will come. So if you said, well, okay, where does 30% from the 200-week moving average get us to? And this is where it gets kind of pretty interesting, because you get here. $43,330. So you would say, and I can already hear what you're saying. You're like, 2Bit, you've never said 43,000. This is meant to be a bullish stream. All I'm saying is that this could be the thing. This is why this, for me, has been the buy zone. Like, I've been buying for 3 weeks. I've got my DCA buy set in, and I'm just buying where I can. Do I believe that we could go below this? Maybe not. Maybe not. But if you assume that we take it from the point in which we broke through, then it comes a little bit more interesting, because that's about $43,500 where we broke through the 200-week moving average, okay? So, again, my scenario still sits. This is kind of where I'm going to stack the most. If we wick to here, fine. Okay, I'm not going to leverage trade to short. I'm not really bothered. I've been looking to trade, actually, but all my indicators have been telling me not to, so I haven't done, which I'm kind of pissed about, because at 60,324, I was like, okay, we'll probably short this. But the indicator was a bit like, maybe not, so I didn't do it. All right. I maybe didn't do it. Hello from East Lancashire. Can't wait for the 4th clarity for all to see. I mean, yeah, well, I wouldn't hold your breath too much, because I don't know if it's going to get put through, but yeah. Do you have an affiliate link for Uphold? No, but I'm going to have a new one for Ubit. I don't know if anyone's used that yet, but we're going to get some exclusive offers for you guys. No KYC, available all over the world. Ubit, all right? It's going to be pretty cool. So, yeah, they seem like they're a really cool up-and-coming exchange. Super early. Not many people using them, which means it's dead quick. So, look out for that. I think that'll come out tomorrow. So, yeah, look out for the Ubit link. It's going to be cool. Urban says, I put my buy limit at 57.5. No, I think you're fine. I think that'll trigger, definitely. I think it'll trigger. We are in a bear market. Yep. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. What was that in relation to, by the way? Or is that someone telling us that we got, I don't know, 62K? Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows? William says, hi, can you comment on Hedera activities in Europe, Asia, or Africa? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I can. I also would recommend going and watching my videos on my YouTube channel, because I broke down exactly what there are. The big thing with Hedera is the links it has to certain partners. For example, McLaren and what they're building. They also are MiCA compliant, which in Europe is very, very big, because Binance just got yeeted out, as well as many other stablecoins also got yeeted out. In Africa, they are actually supporting a kind of financial movement over there, which is kind of pretty good as well. Asia, less so. But we'll talk a bit more about 15 altcoins that are surging in volume in South Korea. Okay, we'll talk about them later on, because that might be pretty bullish as well. BC will get to 50K on the bottom in October. I mean, maybe if everything lines up like we said, and that you assume everything goes down aligned to what it has done in previous market cycles, and yeah, 50K probably feels like an easy target to get. So yeah, we will see for sure. By the way, if it's any consolation, William, I am buying HBAR, and I think so many people are going to miss out on HBAR, as I think they'll miss out on SUI. I've been saying this now for at least the last month or so. I think SUI ends up being the 2027, 2028 Solana, and I think people will miss out on that one as well. But yeah, if you want some more in-depth content on XLM, HBAR, XRP, and broadly the crypto market, check out my YouTube channel. Just search 2Bit Crypto, and you'll get me on there. Also, go to 2bitcrypto.com, and you get all my updates over there. So, again, this is kind of where we get to, right? Pretty interesting if you ask me. I think this aligns perfectly to what would you get. Now, if you want to say, well, okay, Tubit, what does the short term look like? and where can we expect this week to go, which obviously people just want to know. We're absolutely in a downtrend, and people need to just understand that. And as much as people are desperate for this market to turn around, I just don't see it at this minute. Now, again, I could be wrong. We could wake back up. And actually, we did break the downward sloping trend line here on the daily candles, which is kind of interesting and actually therefore null and voids this. But if you just take my indicator as, as a good measure of what's happening, the sentiment is still very much bearish. We did break beneath this channel. So now it's about, well, okay, what's this move? What does this look like? Is this starting to print a pretty obvious move? Again, you had the inverse head and shoulders, the left shoulder, right head, right shoulder, and then we break to the downside as well. So we kind of need to wait and see. This is why this is kind of saying wait on the entry, see what happens. We may get a wick back to support here around 61,000. Bitcoin tried today. If you take the 4-hour chart, for example, look at this. It tried today, but I would always say watch this stuff, though. These big wicks under here are not good. For me, this tells me the market's been really manipulated, so be very, very, very careful on that. Be very careful. But, we could absolutely see this. What's important to reference here is the 21-day moving average is acting as a real level of resistance here. And actually, therefore, if we don't break it, as we haven't done many times before, look, then we probably end up going lower. That's kind of where I'm at. And then you're looking for key supports, 59.3, 59 flat. There's definitely some key indicators here. Now, again, my sentiment here, Sundays tend to be incredibly challenging to trade. Obviously, if there's enough people in the live stream, we'll stick to the market open and we'll see what that looks like as we do most weeks. But, at the minute, Sundays definitely wouldn't be my place to trade. And as much as I've been looking to trade, I won't trade late into a Sunday because I always seem to get wrecked. But that's kind of where we are. On the charts here on BTC as well. So just giving you that flavor. Tell me what's your flavor. Quick look on some altcoins really, really quickly. We got Solana holding up pretty well. The M pattern played out. Now, what's interesting on Solana is this breakdown below and then this wick straight back to the upside as well. But it is a downward trend. So do be mindful on Sol. Look, that's absolutely a downtrend. Now, you could argue and say, well, 2-bit, this is kind of starting to look pretty interesting. Maybe we get this kind of nice breakdown to the downside here as this starts to play out, but just be, I would be a little bit cautious here. In my opinion, what happens with Solana, it probably just trades a little bit more within this range, and then we start to potentially see a bit of a break. So, that's kind of the pattern we're looking for. And as we see kind of Solana move there a little bit as well. But, we'll see kind of what that looks like. I mean, you could always argue and say, well, that becomes the trade, and you take that from there. Just doesn't quite feel like it's as accurate, maybe just because of this W pattern that plays out. I'm much more inclined to be there and then kind of trade it from here. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I have like 999 H bar. What can I do with them? I mean, I would just hold them personally because I think H bar is pretty cheap at the minute. But how much is? I mean, 900, like 1,000 H bar. What's that going to be? $70 or something? That's not bad. I mean, is it going to be $3,000 in the bull run? Probably not. But in other words, if you're not buying Bitcoin now, you shouldn't be in this space. I think my view would be if you are not already positioning yourself to start accumulating or have already started to accumulate, I think you may miss out on what comes. Now, people would say, well, hold on a minute, you just told us it's going to go lower. But there is all, yeah, I wouldn't buy Polkadot at all. Deuce, not at all. I think it's terrible. I think... not on my end, I'm not, Tim. I haven't lost a single frame. Everything is absolutely cushy at my end. I haven't lost a single frame according to OBS. I am as cool as a cucumber at this end. I don't know. Is anyone else losing frames? If anyone else is, then I'll maybe do something. But according to my LBS, I haven't lost a single frame. But if everyone else can let me know, that'll be good. But yeah, so again, this is kind of where I get. So people would say, well, look, if you believe the market's going to go lower, then why would you buy now? But the problem you've got is it's how low it's going to go. Where are you going to be at the point where you want to get in? And are you end up going to just FOMOing in? And that was kind of where I got last time. That was where I got in the bear market. That's where I got in the bull market of 2025. And I was like, you just end up buying and just missing it. So that's why I've got my DCA bots running. I'm buying, like I told you guys the other day, just making sure that I'm really well positioned in this market and that I'm buying at the price that I want. And if the market goes lower, then cool. I'm always going to keep a little bit. I might keep 10% in stablecoin. And if BTC does decide it's going to absolutely nuke to $30,000, then I'll buy at that lower range as well. But I don't want to be in a place where at 59,600, which has always been my price target, it's always been on the kind of where I want to be at. I'm buying right now. I'm just going to buy. I'm not buying loads. Like I said, I've got about a month, maybe 2 months to be absolutely in the market. But, I think if you are... I think if you're not looking and you're not starting to position yourself, then yeah, my opinion is I think you end up missing out a little bit. But again, that's just my view personally. Just can I laugh at you? Yeah, I mean, feel free, like, go for it. I mean, I don't know what you're laughing at, but yeah, absolutely feel free to do whatever you want. Yeah, it's just, you know, you do what you do what you need to do. Must be my end. Yeah, I don't think it's me, Tim, but yeah. Solana going to 85. I mean, potentially. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, Solana will have a good bull run. I think Solana will be very, very good. You know, you think 85 back up here at key support. Is it going to go then anytime soon? I don't know. All right, I'm not sure that. You know, if I'm bearish on the market short term, but bullish long term, then yeah, I'm not sure that I would be hedging my bets against what's going on. The interesting thing is there's no real mega macro stuff this week, so I think it's just going to be a pretty boring week, if I'm honest. I don't really profess to see anything unless we get any sort of like craziness coming out of maybe Japan, maybe Kevin Walsh speaks on Wednesday and kind of nukes the market. Maybe ISM's a little bit crap and jobs look a bit weak, but that's about it. That's all there is this week. It's a really boring week. So this will give us a good indication of where liquidity is and kind of what people feel about the market right now. A couple of other coins. Junction. I literally told you guys this was going to pump the other day. This is literally the most crazy coin in the world. Like, this will dump tomorrow. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I called for 40k 4 months ago and still calling for that now. Yeah, I mean, maybe 40k. I mean, I think it's a little bit low, but I mean, I can see how it gets there. I mean, if you just assume what I talked about at the start of the stream, that if we go 30% below the 200-week moving average, that gets you to about 42,000, which historically has always been the level we've got to in the previous 3 bear market cycles. I don't think it's crazy. I think people calling 25k is crazy. I think that's absolutely insane. But I mean, if you went to 40, it's what, 12, 13k below I think we'll get to. But again, if we got 40, I'll buy. But I'm prepared to buy at 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, definitely. Well, maybe not 60 in a minute, but yeah. Thoughts on Algo? I think Algo will do very, very well. I think the whole XLM, XDC, XRP, HBAR, they're kind of the whole ISO narrative, I think is going to do very, very well in this next one, in my personal opinion. Velvet has been bullish last few days. I don't even know what that is, but is that a VVV token thing? We'll have a look at it. When you don't think the Calamity Act failed, yeah, I don't think it goes through. There's too many. I mean, if you haven't seen my video that I put out today talking about what the Senate's trying to do, what some of the Senate's, there's so much problems with the Clarity Act that it is not going to go through on the July 4th. Bear in mind, that's like a week away. It's not going to go through, unfortunately. They might rework something. It's only a work group. It's not a full Senate floor vote as well, I believe. So, yeah, however it works through on July the 4th, maybe they come back and go, oh, it's absolutely fantastic, like, let's move it through, but it's not a full Senate floor vote, so we do need to kind of be a little bit more mindful of what that looks like. So, okay, right, TikTok, I have to move you here because TikTok gets weird if I show screens that aren't just a chart, all right? So I have to kind of put you guys there. But let's talk about some of the altcoins and the picks we should have, okay? Now, obviously, this is not my own research. You guys know the coins I'm kind of, bullish on, but we do have our watch list. So I will add them as we kind of walk and talk through some of these top altcoins. If you've got some really good coins that you are thinking, hey, let's get into some of these coins, then let's add it. All right, let's add it to the list. Let's start to create a comprehensive list of coins that we think are going to do very, very well, and then we'll track them. This can't just be some random coin that you just chuck into the chart. It's got to have some fundamentals. For example, we could argue and say, well, Chainlink. Maybe Chainlink's a good coin to have in our bull market cycle picks because they added over $4.6 million in Link to their reserves, while price tested $7.29. Tim, do you remember looking at Chainlink at like $10 and we were like, bruh, I think I missed Chainlink. Shit, it's at $7.29. Maybe we should be buying. July good for crypto, you reckon? No, I think it's going to go down more. Maybe not as bad as we've seen over the last couple of months, but yeah, I don't see like a massive move up. Bear in mind right now, if you look at what the Federal Reserve is potentially predicting, they're going to hike rates in July. Like, it's going to be an absolute shit show. So yeah, I would, can we get relief rallies? Can we get little moves up? Possibly. But you got to think the next FOMC 30 days is coming in on the 29th of July. And right now it's got a 30% chance of raising rates. Think about it. Now, Walsh speaks on Wednesday. His kind of first proper not FOMC speech as a Fed chair. Like, he could come in and nuke markets on Wednesday. You got to understand. If he comes in, he's like, look, the data isn't suggesting that we're moving the economy in the right way. Like, jobs look really, really weak. Like, there is a real risk with inflation. Like, we might have to stay higher for longer. Like, markets are going to be like, screw this. We're going to zero. So I do think Wednesday is important, by the way. If the Clarity Act doesn't pass by August, it will be sidelined. Yes, for probably years, which is crazy to think about, Tomato Pete. Probably ends up being sidelined at least until 2028, 2029, in my opinion, which is going to be wild. Dr. Rich says stock market will be interesting on Monday with last week's pullback. Yeah, market open, albeit outside of Trump kind of strategically attacking Iran. Doesn't feel like it's going to be that crazy. Now, again, we've kind of looked at market opens before where they haven't been super, super wild. And the markets have absolutely gone crazy at market open. So, let's kind of wait and see what happens, all right? Let's kind of wait and see what happens. By the way, real quick, everybody, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget, do us a favor. Get us a solid. Smash up the like button to find your all-time high. Also, if you're on TikTok as well, make sure you hit the follow button and give it a couple of likes. Sports channel gets us out there. Make sure you are not following some random person that's going to try and take your crypto away from you. Because trust me, I don't need your crypto. I just need your like. Yeah, what's going on, M. Kriegs? Congress are indeed useless. That's absolutely true as well. But yeah, Chainlink could be one of those. So let's take a look at this. What are some of the coins that everyone is picking as some of the big movers and groovers for 2027? And how many of them do we have and how many do we think? So the Black Bull, I have no idea what this is. Let's bring up, in fact, I'm going to bring it up on here as well, by the way. Because we're not in a rush, are we? Black Bull. The Black Bull, oh, here it is. Is this it? Is this it? It's verified by CoinMarketCap. It is currently holding up. Oh, this is just the chart. Oh, man, this is super annoying. This is not it. It's really a 91, maybe it's because I need to look for that answer. $91 million markup. Anyone know anything about it? I don't know anything about it. I feel like that may be a paid sponsorship place. But I don't know much about it, so it feels like it's some random pump coin. Pudgy Penguins at $390 million market cap. We have that on our chart here, don't we? I mean, we've talked about Pudgy Penguins before, actually. I mean, maybe it gets a decent mover and groover. I don't know. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. Drop your coins in the chat and we'll bring them up and take a look at them for sure. So Pudgy Penguins, I mean, do we think this is going to be a mover and groover? Unless they've got something cool coming out. That'd be bad. If they've got some sort of big announcement, Lucanet's a pretty cool guy. Like, if they've got a really cool stuff coming out, Pudgy Penguins may get a move. Well, so you got Pump Fund. I mean, Pump Fund can't go any lower, really. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Would you want Pump Fund or Bonk? I mean, they're pretty crazy, but Pump Fund at that low end there. You got Solana, which, yeah, I'm kind of down for. I think that's a decent one. Hyperliquid we've been talking about for ages. Sui's in there. XLM, Jupe. I mean, Aave is an interesting one, right? Aave is, yeah, it just sounds like a rug pull. Aave is definitely an interesting one. Big things happening in July. What big things? BitTensor Tau, I agree with. Near Protocol, not sure. Bitcoin, and then Lighter. Tim, this is your coin, right? LIT. You were talking about that one. Looks like what's it at now? Because you called that early. $1.73. What's that performing like, Tim? What's 173 doing in terms of where it's been previously? So $435 million market cap. I mean, I don't know what the chart looks like. Let's take a quick look. I mean, it's kind of reversal right now. I mean, that could be interesting. Could be interesting for sure. I mean, it's on Coinbase. It's like a perp dex, right? Am I making that up? Fully verified decentralized exchange. Yeah, I mean, if we go by what I've been saying, then I think this could be a good one. Should we add this to the list? I feel like we should add this to the list, Tim. Boom, I'm adding it to the list. There we are. The first one in. Ondo should be on there. I can see it becoming. Yeah, I think Ondo is going to be huge. I'm DCAing into Ondo as well. I already have a decent bag of Ondo, and I'm still DCAing into it because I think if you believe that the world is going to go digital and it's going to go towards blockchain technology, then you have to believe in Ondo. And I think they've got way more tokenization that they're saying. The only big thing that I would like to see from Ondo is a real utilization of the coin. Like, what does the coin do? How can they integrate the coin into the tokenization element? And that, I think, is a great place to be. Do I think they'll get us there at that point? Somehow. There'll be some mechanism that if you trade tokenized assets on Ondo, that you have to hold an X amount of Ondo. I think there'll be something crazy like that which come down, which would be good. My list, I believe, are the coins to have. What's your list though? You've got to tell me what your list is. Do you think the DTCC soft launch will have an impact? It'll do a little bit. I don't think it's going to do crazy. I don't think it's going to go crazy, though. That's just my opinion. Thoughts on Hype and thoughts on Tau. Both super bullish on both of those. And I don't own Hype, which I'm annoyed about, because we should have bought that when we were talking about that, and it was like $38, and we totally missed it. Tau, I swapped my Will to Be Financial for Tau, so I'm pretty bullish on what's going on with Tau. Damien in the building. What's going on, my man? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, I am on Lit Like Hype. Yeah, I think the perp deck scenario is going to be pretty good. Tau, we've talked about. I don't necessarily think it needs to make the list of the group, but certainly that. Jupe, it's interesting, isn't it? You look at how many of them are like perp decks and stuff, which, again, if you look at regulation like it's coming in right now, and you look at kind of how governments are trying to really get hold of the potential earnings from the crypto market, that's where you've got to work, and decentralized perps are going to be like a big narrative. That's where it is. Right, let's take a look at 15 altcoins are seeing a surge in trading volume across South Korea. Remember, South Korea is a massive market for crypto as well. I'm posting my list. I think TikTok is blocking it. Right, yeah, it probably is. It probably is. You just have to type it. Ottoman just comes in with a question mark. I don't know what that means, and I absolutely am not a mind reader, so I can't help you there, I'm afraid. But hey, shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We appreciate you guys. If you enjoyed the content, as always, do me a quick favor, smash up the like button. Remember, you can get all of these details over at tubecrypto.com, as well as some of our most exclusive offers just for you guys, so check it out. I love it. I got Hype at 36, but nowhere near enough. Yeah, I mean, definitely feels like that might be something to look at. Might be something to look at. Okay, which coins are going crazy here in South Korea? Let's take a look at some of these. Solstice, SLX. What's this? I don't know what this is. Anyone know what SLX is? SLX, Solstice. Here it is, look. Anyone know what it is? I don't know what it is. Good shout to you, Innovative. Good to see you, man. So it's up 4.5. Solstice. Do I feel like do I know this or not? What the hell is this? I mean, it must be this. That's got to be a paid promo. It's got to be a paid promo. It's on up bit by bit. I mean, look at the exchanges this thing's on. What? It's only been out. It's only been out 24 hours. What the hell is going on here? It's the article top 15. Everyone else has their own top 15. Well, yeah, the idea is just whatever people think are going to be good coins. We're trying to make a cool list of it. Okay, so ARC advertising says Link, XRP, XLM, HBAR, Algo, Sui, Sol, Ethan, BTC. Sounds like my portfolio. That shout out to that's a good portfolio. Hype Tau, Pyth, Ondo, and Avax. Are you winding me up? That's literally my portfolio. Although I don't own Pyth anymore. We sold that in the investment group. I don't have it. I can't bring your other message up. It's been super annoying. But yeah, that literally sounds like my portfolio. But yeah, this one looks crazy, right? WorldCoin. I mean, man, would you even buy WorldCoin? I feel like that's such a weird coin to own. Ari, I don't know what that is. Power Ledger. I feel like I've heard that before. Edge. Tim, this was another one of yours, wasn't it? What's that doing right now? What's Edge doing? I feel like Tim had this one as well, right? Anything else you would add to my list? See, I'm the opposite. I don't like having loads of coins. I don't like having them. I like having a nice bag. I think I've got about maybe 9 coins. That's it. Like, these people that have like 400 coins is mental. I don't know how you keep it. I don't know how you keep your eyes on it. Yeah, this thing doesn't look particularly wonderful. I've got to be honest. I mean, I don't see this. I mean, maybe it will, but yeah, I feel like we checked out Edge, didn't we? Did it have some sort of? I feel like it had some sort of exploit or something that came in. But yeah, I'm not sure about Edge. Don't know what these are. Piverse these all sound just like random, like, yeah, these all sound like just random weird coins. That Solstice one's pretty interesting because that's the second chart we've seen it on. When the data from the two exchanges are evaluated together, Solstice takes a clear look. Is this a paid promotional thing? It's not investment advice. Follow our Telegram. I thought it might have said like this is like a paid promotional advice, but yeah. Maybe not. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we are. I mean, like I said, you guys know the ones I had, but if you've got any coins, shout them out. Let's stick them on the group. Let's stick them on this chart and just so we can see what's going on. Ondo and Light. I mean, it is tempted to grab that. We should put this on this chart actually and see what Light is doing here. Maybe grab a bag. I mean, I don't know if I will or not. I mean, SpaceX at 153 is pretty crazy. I mean, Aave is definitely something I think people should watch. Now, don't forget as well, the only thing that I want to know with this Aave takeover, by the way, because don't forget, MakerDAO, sorry, not Aave, what am I talking about? Yeah, MakerDAO creates the DAI stablecoin. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was Aave, then I had an absolute meltdown. But, yeah, I mean, I just want to probably see a bit more of the details with Kraken, how, if, and what that looks like as a post-purchase narrative. But, I mean, you could argue right now, Aave, the only thing I think could be a problem with this, though, yeah, it's had a really... Yes, it bottomed at $60, which is kind of back end of the 8th and 9th of June. So it's kind of moved on the 24 hours. It wicked up from 72. What's going on, Chris? Good to see you, man. But yeah, I don't know the full details of what the whole Kraken kind of thing is. I want to see what that looks like first. But yeah, I think Aave could be an interesting one. If they can keep it going, the only thing, like I said, is that their purchase price from Kraken is about the same as what their liquidity was meant to be for some of their pairs, which feels a bit weird, but... Randall says, I'm fully into Flare at the moment, staking and liquidity pools. Nice. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm staking all of that stuff as well. I'm staking Solana. I'm staking Aerodrome Finance. You know, I'm all about staking. If you can make your coins work for you in this bear market, then crack on. That's my opinion. And I don't think enough people do it, by the way. I don't think enough people do it. Payword, the parent company, bought the 15%. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, Aave may be an interesting one then to pick up. It probably wicks down a little bit lower if you assume the market's going to come down a bit more. But yeah, I mean, maybe Aave ends up being an absolute monster. Maybe it being a monster. I mean, look at this right now. I don't know if I showed you this, but Aerodrome Finance, APR, 35%. I'll take that all day long. Thank you very much. 135. In fact, I might just claim that. Oh, I don't know if I'm signed into my wallet. Am I signed into the wallet? I'm not signed into the wallet. Okay, fine. Mike, can't you dump a cool mill into XRP to get this publicized? I mean, if I had $1 million, I would 100% do it. But the trouble is, when you only get 28 likes and you have 18 people in your live stream, you are going to struggle to get $1 million. Again, I'm just saying. And $1 million into XRP would do fuck all. I might as well just give you $1 million. That's probably going to be better. A couple of other things here. Look, is SHIB still a play? I mean, loads of people still think SHIB's going to do it. Billion level SHIB exit, shake the market. 143 billion SHIB moved off exchange in just 4 days. Maybe SHIB's got a move coming. Maybe SHIB's coming. Dogecoin, traders tight range of the 74 to the 76. Eyes on a 78 breakout. Could Dogecoin be a coin that we should have on the list? I don't know. Surge in long positions could make a move in Doge with violent price action. Traders watching the resistance at the 0.0759 and the support at the 0.07408 for the next big market signal. Maybe memes are the big hot narrative. Maybe memes are going to make a big move, eh? Maybe memes are about to send it. Pepe, Bonk, Pingu. I mean, look at some of these. I mean, Shiba Inu looks absolutely effing nuked right now. Look at it. Bruh, Shiba Inu is at all-time lows. I mean, that is... I mean, if you are degenerate enough, like, this could be a big thing. Like, you could absolutely degen SHIB, to be fair, but feels a risk. Michael Silly said, mortgage your house and buy XRP. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right, let's take them off. And then TikTok, I'm going to bring you back up here so you can see what's going on in the charts, because it's way more fun looking at charts than it is my face. But yeah, I mean, look at SHIB right now. SHIB is like, bruh, terrible. Micah Saylor's finished. What's your view? I mean, I put a video out the other day about Saylor, about the view of many. I don't necessarily think I agree with the view. The only thing I think is that he ends up in this kind of weird world. Dale, what's going on, man? He ends up in this really weird world where he can't sell Bitcoin, but he's probably going to have to. So I don't necessarily think he's finished. I think people want to think he's finished. And there's a real narrative of kind of people saying that they want to wait until he folds, he capitulated, he goes bankrupt. Like, people don't really understand how bad that's going to be. Look at what happened when Mt. Gox went down. Look what happened when FTX went down. You're telling me that the biggest holder of Bitcoin, people almost want him to go liquid and completely crash the market. It's like, why? I don't really understand why that would be. Has Saylor given us any reason to look at him as negative on the market? I don't know. I need to research it a little bit more. I need to kind of get into the mindset that people have where it's like, oh, it'd be really cool if Michael Saylor got liquidated. And it's like, well, A, he's not. As long as he custodies the Bitcoin, which he must do, then I'm kind of like, I don't see the benefit. I just don't see the upside of him going bust. And then you say, well, we looked at his fundamentals on the actual company itself. The company must have such little overheads that his only risk will be whether he can continue to pay out the 15% APR or the 15% rewards to STRC customers. Well, as long as he can do that, which, you know, we like, what does that look like? I mean, it's hard to say, really, isn't it? I guess we can kind of look at this really quickly. If we, let me put this over here and do, what would it come under? Because what we need to understand is how much money has he raised. See, this is where TikTok might get super weird because I'm not showing, you know, content. In fact, I'm going to move you TikTok. And I'm sorry, this is a TikTok thing because if I don't, it's going to say that's not my content. It'll restrict my live stream. So let me just move you guys there while we work this out. So we need to know how much he's actually got because we need to understand the amount of money that he's got to pay out, right? So the USD months of dividend courage is 9.8. The BTC years of dividends courage, so that was if he was to sell it. So annual dividends in millions is 1.7 billion, right? That's how that works. $1,711. 1.711k in millions is, what is it? It's billion, right? What's going on, Jay John? So I think, yeah, he's like 1.7 billion in annual dividends, right? That's right, yeah, 1.7 billion. Am I making that up? 1,711 million. Yeah, $1,711 million. So he has to pay out $1.7 billion annually. So let's divide that by 12, right? So what does that look like? That's like 150 million or something a month, right? Is that right? Oh my God, what is going on? What is my computer's having an aneurysm? I just want the calculator, bro. Give me the calculator. So 1.711 billion. Divide that by 12 is, yeah, so $142.5 million a month. Essentially is what he has to pay out. Now, I don't know if he pays them out a quarter. I feel like he pays them out a quarter. So he's got to pay out $425,775,000 every single quarter. That's every single 3 months, right? So what we need to, what that then needs to look like is how much Bitcoin needs to move in order for him to cover that. So if you had, so he's got 847,000 Bitcoin, right? In fact, I need a friggin' notepad here, people. I mean, this is like, this is live TV, everybody. What the hell's happened to my notepad? Notepad. There it is. So just because I'm going to need to remember some of these numbers. So what was that? 147,115 or something. 000. So if he has 847,847,363 Bitcoin, and the current price of Bitcoin is 59,500, right? Let's say that 59,500. So yeah, $50.4 billion in Bitcoin, right? That's kind of how much he's got, right? That's fine, right? XRP to zero, Doug? I mean, I don't think so, but hey, you can always hope. So if he's got that, so 50 billion, in order for him to raise the quarterly returns, which is $147 million, how much does he need the price of Bitcoin to go up? How much would that be? So if, I didn't that. So yeah, $50.491 billion. So 847,363. Let's times that by 60,000 goes to 50.841. So if Bitcoin goes up $500, yeah, $500, he makes $400 million. So think about that, right? Think about that. And I will get to the point I'm trying to make here. So in order for him to pay out his quarterly dividends to his investors, which is roughly $450 million every quarter, he needs Bitcoin to go up in increments of $500. So for every, yeah, no, maths are 2-bit. So for every $500 that Bitcoin goes up in price, pays another quarter of his shareholders' dividends. I mean, that's fucking mental, like, if you think about it that way. Like, so this whole narrative of, is Saylor going to go bust? My answer would be no. Is the market going to still react the same way at Saylor buying Bitcoin and doing what he is? Probably not. But I think it's interesting that there's this whole concept that we all think, that people think Saylor is going to go bust. Like, he's got nothing really to lose from his software company. It makes $82 million a year on about $140 million turnover. Like, it's basically just a front for buying Bitcoin. It's nothing else. So the real value is this. And the only way I think he ends up getting nuked on this will be if Bitcoin truly nukes, i.e. it goes to like an absolute fucking disaster and drops to like $30,000 or something crazy. Which would be pretty wild. Or he doesn't actually custody the Bitcoin and it's somewhere in some weird treasury company or some sort of weird like holding offshore Seychelles nonsense, and that ends up kind of just getting a bit weird. That's the only reason I can really think of it being a problem. I don't think it being a problem after that. What do you think about buying $1,000 worth of Pepe now? I wouldn't buy $1,000 worth of Pepe right now. I might be tempted to buy $250 worth of Pepe and then buy another $250 if the market dips and buy $250 if the market dips. If $1,000 is everything you've got to put in, I would really consider doing it in increments. I mean, Pepe is as low as this has been as well. I know I was laughing at Shiba Inu, but the only thing I would say, by the way, is you can actually stake Pepe if you go to the right website or exchanges. In fact, just go to an exchange. Don't go to a random website. I have my Pepe bag staked with Mexi at the minute, and it's earning me a decent amount of little rewards every single day. So, but yeah, with anything, I would just not be rushing into this market. I'd be taking my time. I'd be buying over a period of days and weeks and months because that's the best way to do it, not just FOMOing. Because if this dips lower, then, you'd be like, oh, shit, I bought $1,000 and we should have waited. I truly think the market goes down a little bit more. And I don't think I'm on my own in that sentiment. I think some people do as well. But that kind of should take you to a decent-ish place. But yeah, if the 1,000's all you got to invest, don't full port the 1,000 in right now. I would be strategic about it. And I would be certainly be sensible about how I put it in. But yeah, that's just my opinion anyway. That's my opinion. But yeah, in order to the question of like, is Saylor going to cook us? I don't think so. We'll say, yeah. What's going on, Fairground? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, that's my opinion anyway, for what it's worth. I mean, will it be financial? WIF has kind of been doing some work, but again, it's all real. If you're into the kind of meme narrative, I just think it's a bit of a risk right now. That's my personal opinion. Would Taylor have to disclose where he custodies in Bitcoin for the SEC filings? I don't think so. Because I think when you file, you just have to prove that you have it. So maybe you would have to like prove that he has it. But yeah, but I don't necessarily think they have to show where it is. Binance looking at Jasmine in July for monitoring zone removal. There's a surprise. We've said that before. I think Binance manipulate Jasmine more than any other coin that's out there. That and BNB. I just can't help but shake that thought and thesis that they are up to no good, but that's just my opinion on Binance, really. That is just my personal opinion on Binance. Oops. Not me to do that. I always did. Right. Good stuff. Trust the code down the price. Stank stream elements. Good analysis. It's always good to have. Oh, by the way, England obviously won last night. That's kind of good. Good news, eh? 2-0. I tried to get my little boy to stay up and he fell asleep at the end of the first half. It was on my own, but anyway, it's fine. It was fine. At least we won. That's all that matters, eh? That's all that matters. Good. All right. What have we got going on then? Hey, what have we got going on? Binance looking at Jasmine. I said that, didn't I? So, yeah, the whole kind of Saylor thing. I think people will still milk that, by the way. And I think there'll still be this kind of argument that Saylor needs to just lose all his Bitcoin and that he needs to just go to zero. Then, yeah, we'll see. Thoughts on Hype, Sean? Yeah, I mean, I feel like Hype is the one that got away. Bear in mind, we spoke about Hype as kind of, we were back here, weren't we, like 30 odd bucks or something. Now, I do think that it may give up a little bit more here. We did expect the M pattern to play out and the double top scenario, but at the minute, hasn't given up the go. I mean, maybe it does something like that and comes back down lower, but so far, it's still clinging on. My view, by the way, on Hype is I think it'll do very, very well. I just don't want to invest in it at 62 bucks right now. I'll wait to see if the market collapses a bit more, but if you, my view, by the way, and has been pretty solid and resolute over the course of at least the last month, since I did some transacting on Coinbase, I think perps are going to be the way forward. I think loads of people are going to trade perps into the next big market cycle, and I think that's going to be the big deal. Jupe, Aster, Hyper, as Tim said, things like Edge and Lit, I think they're going to be good. We will all wish we bought more when this takes off. Yeah, 100%, Chris. If you assume the market cycle is going to continue and that we are going to get another bull run, which there's no reason why we wouldn't, by the way, no reason, then yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, these are the times where I think people should be accumulating, researching, finding those coins that are early or that are cheap. Don't just stick into a 2021 narrative. Like, look at what's out there. Think about these coins that you can get into. Like, some of them are on an absolute discount right now. I mean, look at Tau, by the way, 205. That ecosystem's crazy. You think about that. Would I be touching things like XMR? Probably not. But, Hype, I think, is good. I mean, and then ISO coins I've been talking about as well. So, HBAR, Algorand, Sui, XRP, I think are all going to do very, very well in the bull market. It's just about when rather than if. In my personal opinion, anyway. My personal opinion, yeah, I mean, Algo bouncing off that low range as well, which is kind of interesting. Again, a lot of coins though now, they're just down. Like, it's just like, all right, it just is what it is. Just got to take the emotion out of him. I mean, everyone was like super bullish on Ethereum, and look where it is now. Like, it's just absolutely nuked to Obliviano. I mean, look at this. You take this kind of move here on ETH, like, look how wild that is. Right back down to the range there at 1511 from the previous low there back at early June. So people wanting to believe that this market is like, oh, it's all fine, like, we're all going to the moon, like, don't worry about it. No one wants to tell the truth, whereas this market is definitely not over dumping yet. Definitely. Hello, quick hello, 2-bit. Had bad internet tonight, mate. No dramas. I did see you on TikTok. I did say hello. Don't count on SHX and XTC. Yeah, I mean, I like XTC a little bit. I never bought some because I always felt like the volume wasn't quite good enough. But yeah, I mean, XTC we had a look at. XCN's another one that I know people are pretty bullish on. I thought we had... Am I tripping? I thought we had XTC on this chart, but maybe not. Oh, man. I feel like I just deleted loads of coins that I probably shouldn't have done. But yeah, XCN... It's just XTC. Yeah. I mean, the volume's not super crazy, but look at these numbers, like down 45% on the 6 month, down 6% on the 3, down 13 on the 1, down 6. So you could argue and say, man, XTC is like as low and as bad as it can go, so, maybe so these are the coins where you got to be like, okay, is it worth it or not? Is it worth it or not? Chris Maz, do you actually know what he said, by the way? No way you know what he said. That's wild if you know. It's wild if you do, though. I love that. I love that. XTC 52-week low load up. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, TikTok crashed on me. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ritu, what's going on? Welcome in. Don't forget, shout out to everybody in the live. Make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already dropped a comment and let us know you're here, do let us know you're in the chat, by the way. Got any questions, any thoughts, opinions, coins you're watching, movement you're thinking, and all the rest of it, do let us know, because I always enjoy the discourse with people. I like talking about what we think the market's going to do. I like talking about what's happening. It absolutely lines us up into what is the real, bull run coming. So, wow, Canada, round of 32. Canada take the lead. When do they score? Holy crap, just now. 90 plus 2 minutes. That is wild. That is wild, actually, in fairness, when you think about it. Fair play. Fair play. Canada maybe going through. RPM says XTC, EVRS. I don't even know what some of these are. Buy them all, these lows. EVRS sounds crazy, and XAH sounds wild as well. They both sound pretty crazy. EVRS. Let's have a look at that. Is it on there? EVRS. P. All right, so that one. I may have to look somewhere else. Cracking Gold Canada. Sailor Tuesday, Monday. Well, he's apparently going to buy, Chris. I saw a post on X where he's like, "Oh, need to buy more, or need to do something." I think they're going to buy more Bitcoin tomorrow, which is kind of interesting, right? Oh, there it is. Assam token went from $173,000 market cap to $109 million in the past 24 hours. That is a 62,000% jump, literally in the middle of a bear market. Solana trenches are wild, and this proves Sol has the biggest community in crypto. Is this what they're talking about? This Anson thing? Where's man? How do we all miss that? Oh, Evernode. All right, yeah, I know what Evernode is. This Anson thing. What? Oh, it's here. Look. What is this? It's up 1,000% on the day. I mean, it feels like it's capitulating right now, but like, what the hell is this? What is this? It's an $80 million market cap. So this is definitely coming back down right now. So probably not. But look, I mean, these are the crazy ones where they just do nothing. Look at this. I mean, it's kind of wild, right? Kind of wild where it's just like, just chilling. Wick up, dump. So it's like, why is it done that? Like, why? What is it with these coins? Like, why do they do that? I don't understand. Has to be like an exchange manipulating or something, right? Link with a digital euro. What this thing has? Nah, no way, bro. This is like some random. See, look, pump fun. I mean, look, like a whale holds $48 million of this coin. Like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Let's like FOMO into this. Fucking one account holds 60% of the supply. Like, what the hell? Nah, like, get out of here. Like, why would you invest in this? Mike, what's a black swan? How's one start? Well, a black swan is an event that people don't expect, but has a real massive capitulation or real massive impact on the financial markets. So, for example, Trump going into Cuba would be a black swan. The US going into recession. Kevin Walsh raising interest rates by 1%. Another war breaks out. Like civil war in the UK. FTX collapsing. Binance goes under. They're all black swan events. They're massive events that no one expects that just have huge ramifications on financial markets. So it might be like the mortgage crisis was a black swan event. I mean, people always say, well, there's going to be another black swan event, like Sailor going bust, for example, or Sailor dumps $1 billion worth of Bitcoin would be a black swan event, because if Sailor dumps, like, yeah, all right, he sold 32 Bitcoin, it's not the end of the world, but if he dumped $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, like, everyone would be like, oh my God, like, we're screwed, this market's screwed, like, get the hell out of here. But yeah, it'd be wild. Ripple and staff own 80%, XRP supply, the other 20% is locked up in hodl mode. Ripple and staff own 80% of the XRP supply. Is that true? I don't feel like that. I don't think that's true, is it? Is that true? Do you still think Arbitrum is good? No. I mean, I haven't thought Arbitrum's any good for like 18 months. So yeah, I'm absolutely not sold. Arbitrum doesn't really have any value. It's just some random DAO coin, really. I mean, it had a kind of decent enough move. But yeah, not so much really. So public market, exchange, investors and institutions hold 62 billion XRP. Ripple holds 38.16 billion XRP. Of which 33.2 billion of that is locked in the escrow. And the rest, so I guess Ripple could dump 6 billion XRP, really. Ripple spendable wallets 4.9 billion, total supply 100 billion. Yeah. Yeah, so it's 80% is just, it's not true. Did you see Britain's wallet and Brad's wallet and Larson's and Schwartz wallet on XP scan? That's the top of the escrow holding. I didn't, but I mean, what the only thing? I mean, I get that, but I mean, why would they? I mean, I know Larson sold off and he sent some to Kamala Harris as well, but are they not locked? Man, Canada went through, did they? Wow, that's pretty epic. Shout out to Canada going through. Shout out to Canada going through, baby. Decent. 1-0. I mean, you got to be pissed if you're South Africa, though. You got to be pissed if they are. I would be highly speculative. Yeah, I would agree. If they can get some sort of, like, rationale or reason to hold it, maybe, then yeah. I mean, that would be kind of... it might be worth holding a little bit of Arbitrum, but I don't necessarily think it'd be any good, by the way. Personally. I was joking at 80%, but my point is that XRP is sat around locked up waiting on the moon, then it all sells and dumps. I mean, maybe. I feel like though that given what that coin's been gone through, like why wouldn't they have dumped it? And I also think that what they've done outside of that is really bullish. And if you start to put the pieces together, I think it starts to get pretty interesting, in fairness. Ondo's really good. Yeah, I agree, Nicholas. I think Ondo is a good coin to have. Again, we don't know specifically, and we're never going to actually know. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of wild. This thing's fucking crazy that it's done this. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think all these kind of coins, Ondo, Algo, all those kind of things, will do very, very well in the bull market. My personal opinion. My personal opinion, anyway. But you never really know, do you? You never really know, bro. Altcoin is in the house. Canada won. Shout to Alvin in the building. What's going on, man? Yeah, I mean, 92 minutes is wild to score. But yeah, shout out to Canada. Taking the W. Right, there is a little bit of breaking news just coming in, albeit take it for what you will. And maybe this is a strategic move, but let's just take a quick look here. The view is coming in right now that breaking news, the US and Iran have agreed to take strikes and meet this week per Axios. The announcement comes just 1 hour before the US stock market futures are set to reopen. If you are still in this world that this market is fair and that it's not being manipulated, I don't know what to say to you anymore. Like, this market is cooked. It's so screwed. It's unbelievable. If this is true, by the way, it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. If Trump does go down in history, he will go down for being the manipulator of the markets. Honestly, like, it's wild. It's fucking wild. Oh, just before... Oh, by the way, I bet Iran comes out and says, absolutely that's not true. Absolutely that's not true. Oh, my God. Like, you've got to give up. At this time, this is why I say, like, don't try and time the bottom of the market because you won't time it. Just trade what you can trade. I think the market dumps on this news, by the way. This is my opinion. It's about to be. Exactly. It's nonsense. Oh my God. This fucking guy. Jesus. Yeah, the news is bollocks. Trump is a legend. Yeah, it's literally like, oh shit, has anyone sent the tweet out yet? What do you mean has anyone sent the tweet out? The market's open in an hour. Oh shit, I forgot to do it. Send it quick. We're fine, we're in talks, don't worry about it, everything's gonna be great this week. Oh my God, I give up. I'm done with this stupid cryptocurrency lark. Let's go buy some stocks. Let's buy SpaceX or copper. Oh my God. It's an absolute joke, isn't it? If you didn't laugh about it, genuinely, if you didn't laugh, you would literally lose your fucking mind. There's a Senate Banking Committee and Agricultural Committee on July 4th. Loads of people are misconstruing it as they're going to vote in the Clarity Act, but they're not. It's miles away yet, Alvin. It's as much as people want to know about it, as much as people are generally like, oh yeah, it's going to be great. It's so far away. Like, it's almost crazy. I would almost just, this is just my personal advice, by the way. I would just forget about the Clarity Act in the short term. I don't see it doing anything crazy. I just don't see it. So, yeah, so look at this. Here we go then. So, breaking news. The US and Iran have agreed to stop all strikes and attacks on each other. The two sides will meet Tuesday in Doha, Qatar, to work out their differences over the Straits of Hormuz. The ceasefire, signed just 11 days ago, is already on shaky ground. I think the ceasefire is done, right? They bombed each other. They literally took each other out. Like, it's wild. It's wild. But yeah, I mean, this is on the back of this. So the fifth fleet in Bahrain has been completely erased by Iran. Right. Oh my God, they literally just went in and absolutely nuked it. That's crazy. It's crazy. The Calamity Act, yeah, Stuart Dowie knows. Buys back into everyone that sold at 40k. Yeah, maybe. Everyone knows Sailor can't afford to pay. Tuesday, that will help the dump. What if he starts by selling a bunch? Let's dump after he pays. I don't think he's going to dump it. I think he'll buy. He's going to buy more Bitcoin. We did the maths on it, by the way. I think Sailor's fine. I think it's a big narrative that people are misconstrued on. It's just my view. They have their logo, their longs in place. Yeah, I know. Q3 in a few days and no clarity speaks. Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. The US and Iran need to go to a marriage counselor. They do. I mean, the debate is like, is the market going to move? Is it going to pump anything? I mean, that's the big debate right now. And I don't think it is. Someone's asking about Polkadot, by the way. It says, if you invested 10 grand into DOT 5 years ago, today it would be worth just $136. Ugh. Polkadot, bruh. What the hell? Was that Anson like... Oh, okay. That Anson is like... Is he tweeted about this coin or something? Right, okay. I don't even know who that is, but apparently he tweeted about this coin. So, yeah, there we go. Definitely appreciate your view. I'm just a BTC hater. I mean, look, everyone's entitled to everyone. Like I said, for the first time, I actually started to buy a little bit of Bitcoin. I don't think it's a bad thing to have some Bitcoin. The US, I said that, didn't it? Yeah, Tim, let's wait and see what DT ends up in net worth. He starts this presidency with $3 billion. Yeah, we know they've extracted like $1 billion. We're looking for buys. I mean, like I said, by the way, I am buying Bitcoin. I'm buying my, altcoins. I'm DCAing right now. Doesn't mean I'm going like super crazy. Doesn't mean I'm like absolutely maxing out like all the my entire portfolio, but I'm certainly in a world where I'm not going to miss the opportunity. And I think a lot of people will miss the opportunity, in my view. What's he worth now? Trump, we can find out Trump's net worth right now. Let's have a look. Forbes assessed his wealth, currently estimating it at $6.5 billion as of February of 2026. So, I mean, they reckon they got $1 billion out of Trump coin, don't they? I mean, whether Trump actually took anything, I don't know. Hard to say, really, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of debate about it, to be honest. Lots of debate. Right, what time is it? 10 past. Are we doing market open? Are we sticking around for market open? There's like 60 people in the live stream right now. How many have we got? I got 50 on TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Are we retest 62 or 64? I mean, thoughts on Ondo? Yeah, I like Ondo. I do like Ondo. I have some Ondo as well. If we retest 60 or even 61.8, it's whatever we will see 45. I mean, yeah, I still think 45 is the low end, by the way. I think it's kind of pretty low that we get there. But yeah, retest 62 or 64, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. 64 feels like it's a long way away to get to 64,000, if I'm honest. On a current downtrend move. I mean, what would that get? What would that need? I guess it's only a 7% move. That's not super crazy, actually. You need to stick around for opens? Okay, fine. I'll stick around for the open. If you guys smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high, then I'll stick around for sure. For sure, everybody. Yeah, he'll definitely clean up as his kids and friends. Well, look, they've got American Bitcoin. Like, loads of stuff's positioned post the Trump presidency, isn't it? Post the Trump presidency, with American Bitcoin, World of It Financial, if that survives. If that survives, I reckon. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's take a quick look over here and see what is going on. So gold futures are pricing a potential move up. That's kind of interesting, right? Silver futures market looks like it's pricing a little bit. It feels like stuff's kind of pricing a little bit of a move up. US markets, though, are still very much in the fear, extreme fear. But yeah, look at this. So Asia, I doubled my portfolio from $3 to $6. Nice. Asia looks like it's going to give us a little bit of a rally, which is going to be interesting. Europe is not. Europe feels very, very weak, but there's lots of speculation on Starmer coming out, Burnham getting in, all that. I mean, for the UK as well, that's going to be pretty wild. There's also loads of new taxes and God knows what else coming in the UK right now. It's an absolute joke, this country. But anyway, that's for a different live stream altogether. And then the US looks like it's going to be interesting. So, yeah, I mean, hard to say right now, but it definitely feels like the markets I think they may be a little bit uncertain about this Trump thing, in my opinion. But yeah, have you seen the latest? The potential next prime minister that won't be voted in by any mandate whatsoever and just somehow gets in because the Labour Party just decided it, has already decided that he's going to put a 0.4% tax on your house just because he can. Just because he can. If you're in a house that's worth more than £300,000, they are going to basically tax you for living in your house. It's like, are you absolutely out of your fucking minds that you think that's okay? You know what they say, Alvin? You're never quite sure what you get afterwards. By the way, I think he's the worst prime minister that we've ever had in the history of this country, and he will be remembered for literally being the worst prime minister. The problem you've got is the guy I think they're going to put in will be the next worst thing. And I'm an advocate. And I don't know how this will sit, but yeah, well, I'm down for it. I do not think you can have a sustainable economy where your welfare bill outstrips the taxpayer bill. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. Like, it just is, and I've never really been that animated because I truly believe in looking after people. But if people truly need some money, then let's look after them, right? I'm all for it. I'm happy to pay taxes that support that. What I'm not happy to pay taxes for is people that don't deserve it. It's for things that we don't do. I've never wanted my tax money to go into fund hotels for people that come over illegally on the channel. I don't want to pay for that. I don't want to pay for it. I want to pay for the NHS. I want to pay for kids' education. I want to pay for, like, transportation or making sure that people that genuinely can't. Well, I want to make sure that every single veteran that ever fought for this country lives a fully comfortable life for the rest of eternity. That's what I want to pay for. I don't want to pay for someone who turned up on a boat that now lives in a hotel that we give a fucking phone to. I don't want to pay for that. I don't think we should, they're human beings at the same time, but I don't want to pay for it. It's crazy to me. And it really, really fucking winds me up. That we're like, sorry, you fought for our country, yeah. Well, maybe you shouldn't have done, all right? Maybe you shouldn't have done. Sorry, you've just arrived? Hey, let me get your iPhone. It's like, what the hell are you talking about here? It's crazy. Probably be a UK general election in autumn. If Labour can avoid it, they will absolutely avoid it. And they'll ship loads more people in, and the welfare budget will balloon, and it's crazy, right? It's great. Ripple reverse, V-shaped recovery? I mean, I don't think yet, mate. To be honest. I think there's more downside to come. You might get some counter-trend rallies, some small relief rallies, but yeah. Yeah, Chris, it's awful. It's awful. I genuinely do not recognize the country I live in right now. And I've always said this, well, if I didn't have the life I have and the kids I've got and my missus and all the rest of it, I 100% would have left. 100% would have left. So it's crazy. If you lived in Gaza with your kids, I don't know what it means. I don't know what you mean by that, Stu. We get either Netherlands or Morocco next. Looks like it's curtains barring a miracle. Well, I mean, that's kind of like the UK. What do we get? We got the Democratic Republic of Congo. Oh, you mean where would I go? I have no idea. But I think that the way the government is right now in the UK, it is killing any economic growth. It's killing a lot of, like, the fact, this is how crazy it gets, by the way, as well, that they are now going to tax your ISA. Remember these things? These were taxable. These were non-taxable. Save you a little bit of money. They're now going to tax your cash gains in your ISA. So you take the money that you've worked hard, you put it in an ISA to try and save for a rainy day. They're going to tax you on your gains and that. So if you think they're not going to come for your crypto, by the way, they 100% are, which is why I'm a massive advocate for decentralization. Get the fuck off exchanges, right? Not because they're bad, not because you're going to lose it all, but because you're going to get taxed to oblivion. Get the hell off exchanges. Or if you do have some exchanges, just make sure that it's not doing crazy stuff over there. Make sure it's not a massive proportion of your portfolio. Just be sensible. That's my view here. Just be sensible. I got home to Portland, Maine. Every person on the street is smiling. My high school is one. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. By the way, because you have to be careful when people like this, because people get on their high horse about this stuff. Like, I'm not in any way, shape, or form against anyone other than those I believe that are disingenuous, for what their intentions are. And I don't think that's unreasonable, by the way. I don't think that's unreasonable to have. I love your show, mate. Are you from London? No, I'm not from London. Do I sound like I'm from London? No, mate. I'm a long way away from London, and I don't particularly like London either. It's too busy for me. But I'm up in God's own county. God made the world, and He made Yorkshire. That's where I live. So I'm a Yorkshire through and through. But thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it. I could see you marching around Portugal in your Ray-Bans. Portugal 0% tax on your crypto, by the way. I don't know if you know this. Belarus as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd be that guy that's like the Dubai, everyone goes to Dubai. I'm just not, I don't know. I just feel, maybe it's the naiveness in me, but I just feel like surely there's a better way to run countries. Surely there's a better way to run countries. Don't run them on a welfare funded stance. Run them based on an economic stance. That's what I think. If you provide an economic reason for you to be here, i.e. you contribute to the economic growth and success of the country you're in, then fine. I don't care if you've come from Mars. I ain't bothered. But if you don't, and you are a net, what's the terminology they use? Like you are a net withdrawer from the economy rather than a net provider, then I'm just a bit like, why the hell would you kind of fund that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. The US will have no tax on crypto. Stay here. Maybe, yeah. Just tuned in and watched Canada knock South Africa out. Great show. Thank you, mate. Yeah, we were talking about that, actually. 1-0 is wild. What does that look like, though? Who do they get next? Oh, they get Netherlands or Morocco. Oh, yeah, you said that, didn't you? Wow, yeah, Morocco is kind of who you'd probably want to win. What do you think? Germany will beat Paraguay. France will probably beat Sweden. Belgium should beat Senegal. The US will definitely beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Spain should beat Austria. Portugal should beat Croatia. Brazil should beat Japan. The Ivory Coast and Norway is an interesting one. Mexico and Ecuador is an interesting. We should beat the Dominican Republic. So we will play Mexico or Ecuador. Ecuador could be an interesting game next. Argentina against Cape Verde. We'll play Australia or Egypt. Yeah, it feels like it's quite manufactured, right? I feel like it's some really obvious matches that Switzerland, Algeria should be pretty interesting, right? Pretty well. I'm Scottish, so I ain't saying anything about football. Yeah, yeah, it's disappointing for Scotland, definitely. But what I would say is they should have beat Morocco, didn't they? They lost to Morocco 1-0, right? So yeah, they should have beat Morocco. Really, I think Scotland are a better team than Morocco. I'm Moroccan and American. I'm rooting for both. Nice, Ripple. I like it. 2-bit is a cockney. Can you imagine? This market is not selling us anything. Let's bring the order books up just so we can, keep an eye on if this starts to trade aggressively. This will be interesting to see what market open looks like, by the way. If we look at, let's look at futures on BTC on USDT. Yeah. So let's keep an eye on this because this could get interesting if this starts to move. I'll stick it on this one here so I can see it. And then if we start to get some pretty interesting trade volume come in, I will flick it back to the main screen right now. But 59,598. We're not definitely seeing lots priced in right now. Everything feels a little bit quiet. Obviously, the big news at the minute is that there is allegedly going to be a further ceasefire and a work through, particularly with the US and Iran. So that's kind of good news. Whether that transpires into anything this week, I don't know. And whether it's actually just a market cycle move as opposed to anything more solid, we'll have to wait and see. So look, bullish catalyst, Clarity Act passing, institutional accumulation, scarcity continuing, airdrop demand. eCash hard fork. What the hell is that? A proposed Bitcoin hard fork from developer Paul from Layer 2 Labs targeting activation around block 964 in August 2026 could generate short-term buying pressure. Fork includes a one-to-one airdrop of all Bitcoin holders at the time of the chain splits. Man, they're going to try and fork Bitcoin again as well. Do I have to upload my crypto off Binance by tomorrow? Why? Why do you need to offload it off Binance by tomorrow? Is it because of the Mika thing? I think it's to do with exchanges, not to do with holders, by the way. The only thing I would say, Crypto Bond, is I removed all of my crypto from Binance. I don't hold anything on Binance anymore. But arguably, I hold very little on very few exchanges. I hold a little bit on BitUnix. I've got a little bit on Mexi, a little bit on Weeks. And then one exchange we're going to talk about. So don't sign up yet because I'm going to get you some cool ass sign up bonuses. Will be Ubit. It's really new. No KYC. It's someone I know that has gone over there. So we're going to get a cool new sign up bonus. They've got all the favorite things you need. Loads of benefits. Loads of like exclusive benefits as well. So it's a really cool exchange. So more on that in a little bit. But yeah, look out for that. Look out for that. I won the World Cup with England on FIFA on my PlayStation. Nice to Peter. I like it. Yeah, but I think the Mika regulation, if I remember, is more to do with the exchange and not to do with the holders, right? So I think you're fine. I don't think Mika affects holders. So Mika targets exchanges, wallet providers, and stablecoin issuers, collectively called CASPs. However, because it forces unlicensed platforms to suspend services or delist non-compliant tokens, it heavily affects individual holders. So, yeah, so I think you're fine. You would have definitely had some sort of announcement from it. You would have definitely, Binance would have said, like, you've got to get your coins off here. So I think you're fine. Is my personal opinion, by the way. But from everything I've ever seen on things like Binance or any other exchanges, it's always generally flowed through pretty okay. So yeah, I wouldn't stress it too much personally. Get up all 2-bit. I need someone that works there though. No one, they've never reached out to me. I mean, I don't even know if I can get Uphold or whether they have an affiliate program. Do they have an affiliate program? Uphold. Oh, it says apparently I can't open this website. That's pretty wild, right? You care about my privacy. Cool. I'll take a look at it. But yeah, the Ubit one should be pretty fun. We'll sign up tomorrow for a private Discord. You say how it's... We'll sign up tomorrow to your private Discord. You say how it's great intel. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like I said, I must be dead honest, and I think it's important to reference this. Do we as a collective group post in there like every day? Here's the market setup. No, but we do post in there when you've got some really good trades, when there's some really obvious setups. Equally, we post alpha calls, which I mean, look, I'm going to be biased on the Discord because it's my Discord, and ultimately I think for $12 a month, it is insane value. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Where is it? Discord. So yeah, here's the alpha. So the free Discord, which you can just get, you get this kind of general stuff. You get a few bits in here, a bit of off-topic news. Obviously, it gives you all the latest like news. It pulls over, brings you all the latest news if you want to keep it. So it's just a general Discord, right? Again, if people have some meme coins they can put on here, like this can all be some good stuff. Equally, this pulls directly from I need to have a look at it. This pulls directly from Reddit, I think it is, on potential new meme coins. They're in there. But if you join the VIP bit, which is the paid view, you get a general chit chat, which is kind of all us talking. You get our full AI stuff that can bring up trades. It can bring up the charts. It can bring up whether you should buy or not. You get alpha calls. So these are some of the calls we did. So again, Elephanto, we called it a 740k market cap. It now currently sits at what? I think it went up to nearly like 1.6 million or something. I don't remember. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It was just coming back up, I think. I think it had a bit of a dump down, but it's on its way back up. So what's it at now? 860, but it did wick to like 1.4 million or something, I think it was. So then, yeah, we called this at under 10K market cap. And this one currently is trading at, what's tape at right now? 100K. So think about that. That's like a 25x. Like, bruh, imagine that. This one, Zuma did some big money as well. So, you know, and then obviously trade signals as well. So we put these in there. So again, these gives you an idea of what the market's going to do. Again, it's not every single day, but if we see some trades, you get exclusive benefits. So you get the 10-day Telegram bot, which you can trade. This trades there. You get Chart Prime, which is automated trading as well. So you can get that. And then we get all our courses, look. Charts to use, how to trade, trading strategies, trading indicators. Bruh, it's absolutely, in my opinion, you get that for $12 a month. Like, are you fucking joking me? That's absolutely ridiculous value. Ridiculous value. So anyway, just my opinion. Right, look at this. Some decent trades coming in right now here on futures for Bitcoin. So look at these. Some decent volume coming in. 500,000 at 59. So they may try and push this market up a little bit. Getting hacked on X yesterday has me worried. Oh, really? So badly want to have institutional company like Ripple to hurry up for crypto custody. Not sure if I can trust Caleb and the others yet. It's wild. You got hacked on X, bruh. What happened? XRP is 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Yeah, it feels a little bit like it. Again, though, I've always said with XRP, like, hold on a minute. What is that doing? Don't do that. I don't know why I just did that. My view with XRP, by the way, has always been just look at what's been built underneath. And this is a problem, I think, with a lot. People are always like, oh, man, like, we want to see this, like, massive pump. Like, we want to get in, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know, you just have to know what you're holding, in my opinion. Does it mean it's going to go to the moon? No, but it's got a lot more going for it than other coins have. In my opinion, anyway. In my very, very humble opinion, for what it's worth. Right. What time are we on? 25 past. Okay, we got like 35 minutes for market opens. So stick around. We'll be bringing that up and making sure that we're all locked in for that. So as you can see there, 22. Man, that's so bright. That's so bright. 22.51 and counting. Why is my camera looking a bit weird? Am I dropping frames? Oh, looks a bit weird up there. I don't know why. Clicked on a message from an older friend, went quick, didn't realize X was having those issues. Oh my god, yeah, wow. Well, why is feels like that's been super weird right now. Yeah, I know it's so bright. I'm sorry about that, Chris. I am sorry about that. Feels like my camera's been like really slow for some reason, like not reacting. It feels like it's sorted itself out now. It's been weird. Been weird. Let me check I haven't got any like random windows open. I think Discord likes to sap stuff. Okay, everything else feels fine. Everything else feels fine. So yeah, right. Sorry, let's bring this back up again. So again, all eyes are going to be on the market opens right now, but not a lot. Oh yeah, it's to do with moving this chart. I think that moving average is like really nuking my FPS for some reason. I need a new computer, everybody. Even in 2-bit, only got 4K to drop now from 59. Yeah, I know, yeah. It's been lower, though. We have been at 58.2 today. I mean, these are pretty big. Wicks down Friday. Wicking back down here. Look, 59.2. So let's see what happens. I mean, market opens are going to be pretty interesting. Assuming that the Iran-US thing is actually true. That's the big question, right? Is it true? Let me know what you think in the chat, by the way, everybody. Let me know what you think in the chat. Do you think it's true? Break in. The US and Iran are going to stop attacks. There you go, look. I think we've heard this. I don't think that's new news, by the way, is it? Doesn't feel like new news anyway. Looking forward to the next few days, dumping the rest of the dry powder into Quan, HBAR, SHX, Ondo, and XRP under $1. Nice. Iran will surely deny it. Yeah, I think they will as well. I think they will have done. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of in the same place I am, Chris. Like, just getting that. Chris, have you joined the Discord yet as well? Have you joined the Discord, Chris? You should join the Discord, and I will instantly give you access to the VIP area. Because you obviously you can get that by subscribing to be a crypto king here on YouTube as well. So that does give you the access level to our private Discord. So you should definitely do that. You should definitely do that. But if you are in, Chris, I will verify you. If you're not in, then I can't. But yeah, let me know if you're in or not. I haven't think I am there too. Okay, what's your username in there, if you don't mind me asking, and I will give you access to it. If I type in general, Chris, type here. There we go. I typed in general. If you just type in there, then I know it's you. I'll spend more time on Discord. Still Halsius. All right, okay. Are you in there? I feel like I have seen your name, but I don't think you are. I think you need to re-sign in. I can't see you if you are in there. Oh, there you are. Oh, you're not. Okay, that's not your. Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, okay, I've already done it. All right, cool, nice one, bro. I got you. Right, I can delete those messages. We look like a proper bunch of weirdos. Right, I got you. You're already in. Right, beautiful. Excelente. Good. Right, we've got you in there. I didn't see you for a second, but yeah, we've got you in there. Any long-term holds you recommend, bud? Long-term holds, as in what could be good in this next upcoming bull run? Yeah. I mean, I've got things like, I think H-bar is going to be good. I think Morpho, this is one of my picks for this year, for this bull market cycle. I highly recommend checking out Morpho. This one I think is going to be pretty good. Tau, I think will be good for this bull market cycle. Canton Network, I think it's got a load of opportunity around it. So yeah, Jupe, if you want to buy cheap. If they continue to build out as well, then I think Jupe will do very, very well, by the way. But yeah, there's some of the coins I'm holding. Ondo long term, yeah, I think it'll be great. The only one I'd like to see with something like Ondo is trying to, like I said, making the coin work. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna short the market. I don't like trading on the Sundays. I've got to be honest. Sundays don't feel like the day to trade. But my indicator right now, you can get this indicator, by the way. It's free to use over at tubitcrypto.com. It's not quite this version. This is the V2 version, but the V1 version you can get for free at tubitcrypto.com. So sign up over there. But the V2 version, we will come in and it will be a paid. Because so far, this thing has absolutely crushed it. Honestly, I don't know if any of you guys are using V1, but V2 is amazing. V3 is even crazier, by the way. But yeah, it'll be probably like $8 a month or something like that to have this indicator if you want to use it. But I mean, one trade and you've got it back, in my personal opinion. So yeah, I mean, what do we think? What do we think at the market open? I mean, it feels like it should pump because obviously the whole Iran situation, but I don't know how much people are going to believe Trump being right. That's the question. I mean, look at that. If you bought $100 of Anson yesterday, it'd be worth $180,000 today. That's absolutely freaking wild. That is wild. Meme coins are crazy, right? Meme coins are so crazy. Okay, here we are. Just looking at some trades coming in right now. So nothing crazy. So markets are definitely waiting to see, right? Markets are kind of just waiting to see what happens. So market open may be pretty interesting, in fairness. May end up being pretty interesting. So I'm going to take all the lines off just because I think it's a bit cleaner just to kind of see what's going on here. Missed it. Turbo. Is Turbo still a thing? Man, is Turbo actually still doing anything? That's wild. Let's have a look at Turbo. Might be a steady opening. Yeah, I feel like it probably is. Smart Pete, I'm with you. I feel like it's going to be reasonably slow as people kind of wait to see what happens with the whole Trump-Iran thing. Man, Turbo's at... Is it on BNB Turbo? Oh, no, there it is. It's on Ethereum, isn't it? 4.9%. It's a $62 million market cap. Wow. Yeah, there ain't no way on this earth I'd be buying that. It's crazy. Trump lies too much is a big problem now as people just don't know what's true. Yeah, exactly, Betamax. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like until Iran come out and say, oh, yeah, actually, yeah, no, we have agreed a ceasefire, like, it's fine. You're like, has he? Is that true? Is it just a massive scam? Does Trump want the stock market to rally? Feels like he probably does. Hype Foundation offers 10 million for USDH exit. Hype Foundation is giving around $10 million in grants to help builders migrate from USDH to USDC as USDH gets phased out. Wow. Eligible developers, protocol bridges, and that tells you how much money Hype's got right now. It tells you how much money Hype's got right now. They got more money than what they know what to do with. It's crazy. Hold on a minute. Is this actually a thing? Hold on a minute. We might have a statement. Although I can't play it on because TikTok will be weird about it. So bear me 1 second. Bear with me 1 secondo. Let's put this on the speakers. You can hear it as well. Let's listen in. Wasn't the volume? Why is there no volume on this? What is happening? I thought that. Oh, you still hear that? Why is it not playing any volume? It's just not playing any volume. It's wild. That's wild. It must be like some weird, dodgy scammer account that's just like, oh, let's just randomly post things. Massive jobs. Can smell it from here in the UK. Yeah. It's definitely pretty wild. It's definitely pretty wild. But yeah, we are awaiting any kind of. I want to see confirmation from Iran. That's what I would like to see. And as of yet, we have not got that. So I'm not bought on it yet. I mean, the markets haven't really reacted as well, but obviously everything is a minute like, okay, yeah, it's fine. Like we're all fine. It's great. So the global oil market quietly borrowed 1.2 billion barrels from the future, and that debt is about to come true. Okay, I don't know what that means. DHS, second man, he's just posting non-stop nonsense right now. Israel thought Trump's America First policy would have an asterisk. Okay, that's fine. It's nonsense. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything like. There's no further developments on this whole like Iran situation. So I guess we just kind of wait and see. We just kind of wait and see. The time is now 22:36, 24 minutes, everybody, until the market opens, and we'll see what happens at that point. Market open prediction. I think it's going to be pretty boring. That's my view. Hey, all have a great evening. Thanks for the updates too. But hey, Chris, thank you so much, man, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Don't forget, drop a like on the way out. And if you haven't already subscribed, then definitely subscribe to the channel, baby. Yeah, I think the market will be pretty quiet on market opens. That's my view. That's my view. I think we get a pretty boring market open, and I don't foresee anything super crazy. I mean, we can do what we usually do, which is track gold. I mean, I don't even think gold's the biggest market, but it sort of tells a little bit as to what's going on. So let's track gold and see where we get to. So, I mean, gold is kind of wicking up on the futures here, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Smell what the rock is cooking. Can the US beat Bosnia, though? I mean, I would have thought so, yeah. I have a feeling it's going to dump as many have turned bearish over the weekend. Well, I mean, yeah, but this whole like announcement about Iran is probably the one thing that might make it different. It might pump it. Like, I don't know. It feels like it probably ends up being really volatile and ends up back where it started. Is probably where I'm at a little bit. Let's take the 2-bit crypto alpha flow off because we don't need that on right now. We can just take that off, look. And it can just chill the F out. And then let's see what happens with gold here. The other one to have would be the S&P and what the S&P does. But yeah, I can't have more than two. because I can't, but that's fine. But yeah, Isaac, so I think a pretty boring market open. Let me know what you guys think, by the way. Drop in the chat. Drop your comments. What do you think? Market's going to pump? Market's going to dump? Let me know what you guys think. Oh. If gold just up, does BTC usually dump? I mean, kind of. You tend to get, if you get a gold pump, Bitcoin tends to move with it. So if gold goes up, normally Bitcoin will go up as well. The S&P is the one to watch, really, because if the S&P rallies, Bitcoin tends to dump. But yeah, they're reasonably well coordinated, to be honest. So if gold moves up, then yeah, you're probably going to get Bitcoin move up as well. It's the market open we need to see, because if gold opens up really strong, then you would assume that risk is not a thing, which then might spook Bitcoin to dump. If gold dumps, then you might end up with a slightly different view of you might end up with a slightly different view of Bitcoin. So I guess we have to wait and see. I guess that's kind of the test right now. Innovative's going bullish. Innovative thinks we're going to get a pump on the open. So let's see what happens. Difficult to see what anyone else is kind of having a view of at the minute. But yeah, and it'll be if there's any further developments on the whole Iran-US situation, or like what has been happening, Israel decides to go in and, attack everyone. But we'll see. We will see. I don't see a big pump when the Clarity Act passes due. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't see the Clarity Act being a big deal, actually. I think, if anything, it just needs to get passed, and then we'll see. It'll be what happens after it gets passed. Yeah, look at this. Trump after market closes, I bombed Iran. Trump before market opens, I won't bomb Iran anymore. Oh, my God. Crazy. Trump reacts to Iran attack on the USS Abraham Lincoln. That's not true. Man, I hate these accounts. Like, why would that even come up on my timeline? Like, get out of here. It's crazy to me. Right. Crypto fixes boredom. Thanks, Stream Elements. It really does. So, where are we at? What have we got until market opens? We have got 19 minutes until the market opens. Bitcoin is sitting around 59,600. It hasn't moved really for the vast majority of the live stream that we've been at. Gold is sitting just above 4,000, which, if you know, we dumped over that, or we dumped below that last week. I was just trying to see if we can find any sort of data suggesting what the market opens, or certainly what the kind of bigwigs would say. Let's see, US market open. Let's see if there's any kind of prediction markets here that are giving us a view. Outside of obviously the whole Trump narrative that's kind of coming in. 2 hours ago, break-in. Insiders just placed 1.657 billion in sell orders before market opens. These orders will hit the market immediately at Monday's open. 0 buy orders were placed. Looks like everyone is preparing for a massive market dump tomorrow. See, these people that put on there, they're just full of shit. They're absolute nonsense. They're just friggin' engagement farmers. It does my head in. June 27th. Yeah, so I've not seen anything really that's kind of given us this view. Maybe there's a view that the market dumps. So I think there's kind of a big sell-off and some options expiring this week, but yeah. That is about as good as we get. And assuming that they're not going to attack anymore. See, if you ever needed a reason to not believe something, someone posted this. Breaking, Trump's whale just opened a 70 million 20x Bitcoin short ahead of tomorrow's market open. If price hits 70,257, liquidation. Does he know something? Or large liquidation? It's just a massive engagement farm. Like, they have no clue whose wallet that is. No clue what that is at all. Absolute choppers. Anyway, I'll go to SHO. What's going on, JFR? Good to see you, man. I'd see Trump saying he means, yeah, maybe just absolutely just yeets everything. That'd be crazy, right? That'd be crazy. But yeah, well, let's see what happens. What are we on? 22.42. 18 minutes until market opens. Coach Glenn joining in. What's going on? Welcome. What's up, buddy? Can you chart Ondo, please? Oh yeah, we looked at Ondo. I mean, I can't do it as a full chart just a minute because we're waiting for the markets to open, but we did look at that earlier on. Ondo at 30 cents right now. In fact, I can do it in fairness. I can just go to the daily and just come back to there. Yeah, I mean, Ondo looks pretty interesting. Now, it did break below this support level that we talked about, but probably aligns here. Look at this. Look at this for like a level of support that's coming in. So if you get a reversal right now on Ondo, this might actually be pretty bullish. You argue that you probably see, I mean, that's a pretty aggressive move down with the broader market, by the way. So again, I'm DCing Ondo. I think this is about as low as it maybe goes, 29.7, just below the current trend pattern here. Watch out though, money flow is negative, and yeah, Ondo probably does give a little bit more bearish downside. But look at Junction, man, 24%. That coin is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'd just be mindful with Ondo. I think you might get a little bit more of a discount, but again, there's always a risk. There's always a risk right now attached to anything. You can wait and you might get the best entry you've got. You can miss it and market's going to pump. Like, who knows? It's a difficult one to call right now. A difficult one to call. My thesis for what it's worth, by the way, is I do think the market is bearish long term. Short term. And I think, therefore, that you just have to kind of play the narrative at the minute. You say, no, I didn't trade it. Kriegs, I didn't trade it, in fairness. My indicator's been telling me not to trade, so I haven't bothered. Really. But yeah, did you? Yeah, Ondo about to go much higher. Yeah, I think so. Iran calling Trump a BB for war crimes. Really? Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like this Trump thing's a bit nonsensical, if I'm totally dead honest, but we'll see. Let us see. Magnificent 7 are collapsing. Magnificent 7 stocks collectively lost 3 trillion market cap so far in June, on track for the largest monthly wipeout on record. That's a pretty big deal, right? That is a pretty big deal. The Mag 7 is collapsing. It's the start of the end. Get ready. Have your capital put on the side. It's going to be great. Me neither. I was thinking about it yesterday. Yeah, I didn't bother with it really. Didn't bother. I feel like that. It's the same as that Anson like missed out on some really, really big movers this weekend. But again, we'll grab the ones that we need to grab. We'll trade the opportunity when the opportunity gets us. But yeah, pretty wild right now. Pretty wild. Holy shit, that Anson thing's already back up to it's back up to 100 million. Fuck me, that was 60 million when we looked a minute ago. What the heck is this thing? Bruh, look at this. This was down here. We looked at this. This was like $65 million market cap. It's just absolutely power slammed it back to 100 million. What? Nah, bro. This is not a coin you want to mess with. Not a coin you want to mess with. I mean, this is what blows my mind a little bit. It's like, where is this money coming from? Like, how has this thing moved 1,000% in a day? Like, what the flipping heck? It's crazy, right? Crazy. You got to pump the nitros. You got to get the exchanges buy-in. Massive volume bots running. Right? I mean, it's kind of wild when you think about it. It's kind of wild. Yeah, I mean, this was literally $65 million market cap when we looked at it a minute ago, and it's now absolutely, like, slammed its way back up to $100 million market cap. That is... The thing is, look at the liquidity to market cap ratio. It's 1%. That's why you've got massive volatility. That's how you do it, by the way. That's how you kind of get these meme coins to move. You got to have reasonably low liquidity. That means it's got really big spikes. Oh my God, look at this. Bitcoin just absolutely tanked right now. So you have these really big spikes in the market. Like, yeah, I mean, they're dumping Bitcoin right now. We've seen this playbook before. Dump it before they open. Yeah, everyone is like, bruh, this is ridiculous. That Trump's like, yeah, we're not going to bomb Iran anymore. It's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. Promise. If you invested 10 grand in Melania coin last year, you'd have $9 today. Oh my god. Melania coin. Wild. Absolutely wild. Okay, right. Bitcoin definitely giving up a little bit. That's interesting prior to market open, right? I wonder if they dump this down. Maybe it goes to 59. Maybe we just see this massive like sell off. Ondo founder Nathan Alman died last month at age 32. Yeah, we saw that. We talked about that on the live stream. Man, everyone is like absolutely losing their mind over bloody Grand Theft Auto 6 as well, right? Well, yeah, Bitcoin is dumping right now, and I can't find a reason why. Anyone know? Anyone seen anything? I can't see anything as to why it's dumping. It's just giving up the goat prior to market open, and then we'll see what happens. But there's nothing right now that's telling me why this market's just kind of totally sold off. But look at this, man. That is this is a 5-minute chart, by the way, so you got to bear that in mind. But pretty wild, right? Pretty wild. I wonder if there's some institutional selling here. Let's have a quick look at. Let's see if there's anything going on with someone like BlackRock. We've got 10 minutes till market open, everybody. 10 minutes to go. And then nuking Bitcoin. What's going on? Oh my god, I've already joined you guys. What is happening? Log in. Oops. Log in. My under goes very high in memory of Nathan. It's truly a fantastic coin. Yeah, I think so. Bitcoin doesn't need a reason to up. Yeah, that's also true as well. It just goes to the floor because why the heck not? Right, here's BlackRock's wallet 2 days ago. So BlackRock aren't really selling anything. So who is selling then? So look. I'm buying. This is going to dump. You reckon, Willow, yeah? Should short the market. It's tempting. So, there's a little bit coming out of Wintermute. Nothing crazy. So, yeah, this is just be a bit of a retail sell-off right now. But yeah, Bitcoin is wicking down. Feels like they're maybe dumping this for the market open. Or people don't trust what Trump's just said. People are calling his bluff like this is bollocks. And the market's going to dump and everyone's going to freak out. And that actually Iran's going to come out and go, no, this is not true. It's not true. Or worse, they blow something up in the Straits of Hormuz. That would be crazy, right? So anyway, we are at 8 minutes and counting for market open. So get ready. It might be an interesting one. Shout out to everybody that just smashed 10,000 likes on TikTok as well. You guys are amazing. Shout out to you guys. And everyone here on YouTube as well. Don't forget, if you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, do check out our Discord link as well. It's free to get in there. But if you want a little bit more access, you can join the premium Discord. It's $12 a month. It's absolutely brilliant value. Again, you should check it out. All right, head to distributecrypto.com and see what the heck is going on over there. Okay. I can't see any other thing that's kind of talking about why market might be opened and why we might get some sort of bullish news. Also, I can't see why market's dumping, which is also kind of crazy. But we'll see. we'll see. Sailor hinted we're going to need more charts. Whether he actually buys tomorrow or not. It might be a tell, actually, whether he does. Now, historically, Bitcoin's always pumped on a Sunday night if Sailor's buying on a Monday. Let's see if that to be true this evening. Let us see if that is going to be true this evening. That's the big question on everyone's mind. So we've got gold here on the right-hand side. We've got Bitcoin on the left-hand side. Weirdly, we have this random meme coin that is just hilarious to watch. I'll move this over here so I can see it, actually. And we have got 22 minutes. No, we haven't. We've got 6.5 minutes to go until market opens. So keep your eyes peeled on this countdown. People joining this live stream right now must be like, what the fucking hell's going on? Some random countdown, the massive chopper. But yeah, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Type in the chat, pump or dump. Let's see it. Think it might fly when market opens. D in the house, maybe. Let me know, pump or dump. Let's see what you guys think in the chat. Is it a pump? Is it a dump? I mean, at the minute, Bitcoin is looking like it's nuking right now. Innovative says pump. Ryoshi says dump. Interesting. I mean, it looks like it looks weak at the minute. I mean, look at this structure here on Bitcoin. That looks pretty wild, right? Down to 59.3. Gold is still holding up. Let's see. S&P 500 is, let me move this down a little bit so we can just keep an eye on all of the traditional stock market. He lying far too much now. Who? Oh, Trump. Yeah. I mean, this is genuinely crazy. 57K, then pump. Yeah, maybe. Remember, you buy orders. Make sure those DCA bots are set. Make sure you're ready to grab the dip. This might wick down. You know, we might get a wick to like 59K. You'll then see some altcoins getting absolutely pummeled. I mean, XRP at 103. That looks like it might be a bit weak. Sui looks like it might be a bit weak. So, yeah, we might get some discounts. H-bar might dip to the 6s. I mean, look at H-bar right now on the 5 minute. So, all eyes on BTC right now with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go. We're counting down the timer, everybody. Get ready. And then we'll see what happens. So, yeah, all eyes on gold. Bitcoin here on the left-hand side. Holding up. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget, drop us a quick like. It does help us out, pushes us up. Also, if you haven't subscribed, then do that as well. It's definitely worth it. You're going to get notified when we go live. You're going to hear about my latest content. Remember, we cover everything from your favorite altcoins to Bitcoin to all of what you need all over at 2bitcrypto.com. You can get all the latest, and you can get access to my YouTube channel as well, where we break everything down. We keep you absolutely locked into these markets. We're covering all your favorite altcoins. And by the way, we have some of the most exclusive offers. That might be with some of the top exchanges. That might even be with some of the top wallet providers, all here at the channel. Simply come over here, hit that subscribe button, and get all the latest in what's going on here with, Elizabeth Warren, Michael Saylor. What is going on with all your favorite cryptocurrencies? Don't miss it, all right? Don't want to miss it. It's great. It's great. What's going on, Chan? Hello. Good to see you, man. Welcome. We are now counting down the time. 3.5 minutes until market opens, everybody. 3.5 minutes. Don't forget, let me know in the chat, pump or dump. Tomato Pete goes pump. Ryo goes dump. Chris sinks pump. Man, TikTok are thinking pump here. Like, interesting. So Bitcoin on the left, gold on the right. Let's see what they do. It's going to be interesting. If we don't get clarity people in August, Xmas cancelled. Yeah, maybe. I mean, certainly a really aggressive bull run might be out of the cards for a little bit longer, but we'll see. M. Krieg is going pump as well. Interesting. I'm going super boring. Nothing really happens. That we end up sitting roughly around the same sort of price as we are right now. So, right. 2 minutes and 30 seconds till market opens. We're counting it down here. Get ready, everybody, until market opens. New York. Let us see what happened. Right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody. I'll give you a count. I'm going to move it over to here so I can see it. So it's up now. I'll give a countdown as we go in. P dump means I'm on the fence. What is gold going to do? I think gold will probably open higher. Because I think people will be in a world of expecting gold to pump higher because of obviously the Iran-US news. So I think gold might end up with it might open higher, but probably comes back down, is my guess. Silver's probably one to watch. Silver might be interesting. Futures on silver look a little bit less bullish. Look a little bit downside momentum. And then look at this, S&P. The Russell is going to be interesting, down 0.5%. But we've got 1 minute and 36 seconds, everybody. 1 minute and 36 seconds until the market opens. We'll give you a countdown when we get to 15 seconds, so get ready. Bitcoin on the left, gold on the right. We'll obviously keep an eye on what happens here on oil and, well, as well as the S&P 500 as well. So let's see. Bitcoin, gold. 1 minute and 10 seconds before we market opens, everybody. Don't forget, we do this most Sundays as well, so if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, you might want to just consider doing so because you don't want to miss it, all right? You don't want to miss what these markets are doing. You want to be set up for the week. Keep yourselves locked in, understanding what's going on. This is the critical thing to know. All right? The critical thing to know. Right. 40 seconds, everybody. Get ready. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Pumperino coming in from Ripple reversed. Or revered even. Right, 30 seconds, everybody. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. It's like Christmas, isn't it? I always like the Sunday streams, although they always seem to just not quite give us what we expect, in fairness. But I think the last couple of Sundays have been pretty interesting. But we'll see. We're on the 10-second countdown. Get ready, everybody. Here we go, then. 10. No, it's like New Year's Eve. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go then. Markets are open. Gold opens down a little bit. Whoa. Holy crap. There's some pretty big trade on gold. Bitcoin rallying a little bit. Let's see what else is going on. Silver dumped. Copper dumped. I don't think that's a surprise. The Russell down. The Russell's kind of holding on a little bit. Bitcoin up a little bit. I'm still sticking to Happy New Year. What else we got? Brent crude moved up a little bit. Sorry, WTI moved up a little bit. That's interesting. Bitcoin's moved about 150 bucks so far. Gold is kind of sitting in the middle here, with silver down 0.5%, copper down, the S&P up a little bit. There's a surprise. Bitcoin trying to drive back up again now. So if these kind of all move up, then Trump did exactly what Trump was going to do, which is try and boost the market into open. But I think gold might be printing a pretty interesting story as to what's going on. Bitcoin is rallying now. So Bitcoin is still down on the day at 0.7, but is actually starting to pump a little bit. Can it sustain the move? That's the big question. Gold looks a little bit weak. Bitcoin may just be stalling out now. So, yeah. I think a pretty nothing burger launch so far. A bit of a nothing burger so far. We'll just see what the market actually priced it in at. We haven't got it yet. Breaking. Okay, nothing exciting there at the minute. I'm just waiting to see what the actual numbers came in. So, yeah, gold dumping, Bitcoin pumping a little bit. So, again, don't get fooled, though. We're on the 5-minute chart here. The 15-minute chart looks a little bit more interesting. So, but, yeah, nothing super crazy right now. Nothing super crazy. So, yeah, 59,500. Gold continues to wick down, which is interesting. So, gold still selling off. Silver selling off a little bit. The Russell's now up, back above 3,000. The DXY 101. Look at the NASDAQ, man. 1.1%. That probably means that you're going to get some decent moves here on like SpaceX and stuff when these finally open. But yeah, gold at 4073. Bitcoin now pushing a little bit right now. That's kind of interesting. Will Bitcoin retest 60K? I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it does. But yeah, I was hoping we'd get the actual market summary, like market summary open, but we haven't got it yet. But yeah, gold's pretty much back to flat. Yeah, Bitcoin on the move right now. Look at this. Bitcoin is pushing This is why I don't trade the Sundays anymore. I can't be bothered with them. They're just, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. But yeah, everything's kind of pushing a little bit right now. Pump it, M. Kriegs. Go pump it up. Let's go. Pump it up. 1, 2. Pump, 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 pump. It's interesting, isn't it? Because gold's wicking up right now. So gold's trying to rally up. Silver is probably rallying. Yeah, silver's gone green on the day, which means Bitcoin is kind of rallying. It feels like there's no sustained momentum within that though. Oil's starting to potentially come down, which will be a good news story. And then we sort of see where the market opens. But yeah, I mean, look at gold right now. It's pretty flat. It's not really doing anything crazy. Bitcoin with a big spike on the 15-minute though. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. And whether that continues, that is obviously the bigger debate here. But, yeah. Spain says no Mika deadline extensions. Yeah, I thought we might have... I just wanted the actual data from the market open, but we haven't got that just yet. But I thought we might have done. Pump it. Yeah, look at Bitcoin. Looks like it might retest 60K here. That's pretty wild, actually. And gold is doing the complete opposite and dumping its way back down. So, yeah, kind of wild, right? It's kind of wild that we are getting this kind of whole, you know, dump on the other side. But has it got the minerals? That is the big question. So we don't. I don't know why the market open hasn't come in yet. Normally it tells us like what the actual market opened at. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna lose too much sleep right now over it. We'll sort of see what this looks like in a little bit as well. So good. All right, people. Where does that leave us then? So Bitcoin looks like it is going to try and rally itself up to about $60,000. That's kind of interesting when you look at it. So if you longed it, nice little long there on BTC from 59,300 up to nearly retesting it while gold continues to sell off. The S&P is marginally up, silver marginally down as well, and the gold trade is up as well. So some pretty interesting kind of setups here for the week ahead. Does it mean that we're going to get a big pump? I don't know, but that's kind of interesting, right? 30-minute chart, nothing super crazy. So, you know, we haven't really broke out of resistance level here on that. But look, on the hour, that's a decent move up on Bitcoin on the Sunday chart. So look, I guess kind of starts the week as an interesting start to the week as well. So with that being said, everybody, I am going to get up and get out of here. We've been live now over 2 hours and 10 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow. That's 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. in the UK, making sure we're breaking these markets down, keeping you plugged in. Look out for all the content coming on the channel. Again, head over to YouTube, look out for 2Bit Crypto, sign up, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to check out more access, do check out our Discord, link in the bio and in the description as well. But until tomorrow, thank you so much. Hope you all have a good Monday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night, as always, for another episode of the live stream. Until then, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.